3. Oh, one I saw a while ago.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Where?
I'm going by yours, and I'm good. Go ahead. Go see.
I'm gonna say 1, and then in your head say 2, 3, and then on the 3 we'll all do it. So
Yeah.
1.
Fine.
Why was I off? Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Sorry.
We could have a compilation of us trying to do sound claps.
Oh God, yes. That would be hilarious. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Taste Like Prohibition, a sports podcast for the fans where we serve everything with a stiff drink and no apologies. I'm Janae. This is my co-host, Lauren. We have our producer, Sage, and we are bringing new episodes to you every Wednesday. Go like, subscribe, comment, everything that you can do for @Taste Like Prohibition on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and wherever the hell else you watch social media. But we have a great show, so let's get into it.
Awesome. So here's what we have going on this week. Once again, we have our best, worst, what the fuck. We get to hear a little bit about our Bears Bar origin story. We'll review last week's games in our recap. And since sports is all about community, we'll introduce our newest segments where we highlight athletes who are doing some awesome things. So we also, of course, aren't handicappers, but we do love some good predictions. So we'll always give you our picks for this week. And we're also encouraging everybody to sign up for our Taste Like Prohibition first annual fantasy league. We'll give you some more information about that at the end. And we can't wait to dive into all of this. But first, Janae, I got to ask, what's in the cup?
What's in the cup? So today's What's in the Cup is inspired by Los Angeles music icon, Youth Football League founder, and Olympic connoisseur, SoFi's halftime show legend, Snoop Dogg. Even though he is a lifetime Steelers fan, he brought down the house at SoFi Stadium just like we expected from the Rams. So we introduce TLP's Gin and Juice. Enjoy.
Lauren, how's that gin and juice?
For some reason, I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. But I'm okay with that. Yeah. All right. It is time for the best, worst, what the fuck of the week. And this week, we're highlighting a goat, a villain, and a very food-motivated German contest. Anyway, we'll check it out. I don't know if you guys were tuned into the Chiefs game last week. There was a lot to see and a lot you can't unsee, unfortunately. But we did see some amazing athletic prowess from the one, the only, Patrick Mahomes. That behind the back pass. That was like an Iverson feed. That was like straight. And luckily 87 was paying attention and was able to grab that.
So do we think it was called, or do we think that Travis was not running the right route, just like Pat said, and he did it out of spite? Or I was hearing like that, that Andy was like encouraging it. And I did actually watch The Franchise, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. They have GHA follows them throughout the season. It's kind of like their own reality show. And they were showing clips of him doing it in practice 2 weeks ago. So,
yeah,
they showed a clip of him doing it behind the pass 2 weeks ago. They said Andy was encouraging it. But then when it was all said and done, Pat's like, of course, Travis didn't run the right route. And then I did it like just because I was like, So I don't know. I don't know if it was called, if it was impromptu, whatever it was fucking electric. And you could hear the crowd erupt.
You two screamed so loud I had to mute you. You almost made my ears bleed when that happened.
Oh my God. We were on doing
we were on a call.
Production meeting, and it happened, and I was just like, like just fucking insane. And they've been talking about it for a while, so to actually see it executed, and for the first time for it to be done, even a preseason game, and to have somebody catch the ball, I mean, Round of applause.
Yeah.
All the way.
I do believe that Travis was not in the right place, but he was there at the right time. And he was conscious enough to turn around and pay attention, and he was able to get, because it looked like he almost missed it. Like, had he turned around just a second too late, he never would have seen it coming.
Yeah, it was
But
low.
it was a little low, but, I think that's just a good instinctual player to always be aware of where the ball is and to always make plays happen, which is what we're used to seeing from Travis Kelce. So it was nice to actually see something great happen out there.
Well, and the two of them, I feel like have kind of have ESP at
that
this
brain
point.
meld, yeah.
But I will say the cynic in me was like, oh, that's like a fuck around during preseason. You don't do that shit in the real season when it matters. If they're throwing that and practicing it for real, and it's Andy.
They're great.
Yeah.
I love Uncle Andy Reid.
Yeah.
I adore him, and his he's always got something up his sleeve. So
yeah, he's a little trickster. Yeah,
he is. He is. The old school guys usually are. It's like, catch them sleeping.
Yeah, I think we'll see
they're on
it.
their heels. Got to keep them on their toes.
I think we'll see it this season, but probably not for a while because people are going to be like on that shit, right? So
yeah.
Well, it remains to be seen, but it was crazy and an amazing highlight for preseason. I mean, preseason people usually don't watch anyway, so to get behind the back pass is thank you. We're above and beyond. We've been enjoying it a lot.
Absolutely. But don't write a play you're not going to use.
Yeah.
No.
But
and I will say, I did see Caleb Williams he practiced one on Hard Knocks behind the back. It's a preseason rite of passage, I think. Yeah.
We're going to. So we have the best. We got to swing that pendulum back over to the other side for balance, and we need to find the worst of the week. So I think the worst of the week was literally when I was scrolling social media and the trailer for the Aaron Hernandez series by Ryan Murphy is out, and I have not watched it.
Haven't either.
Want to do a live watch?
I don't know what to think. I'm just like scared. Like I feel like no matter what it is, it's not going to be good.
Well, let's do a live watch. Everybody's got the link?
Oh, yeah. What?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
I won't time it till after we watch it, but hold on. Now I need to. I had it. Now I told you guys to do it. Here we go. I got it. All right. So I'm clicking now.
3, 2, 1.
A few moments later.
Hot damn.
Damn, it's gonna be really good, actually. Maybe we should put this under a different category.
I don't think this is gonna be good. I disagree.
Really?
I disagree. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't think it's gonna be a good show, but I'd be interested. I mean, I don't know too much about this. I don't know if anyone contacted, like, in order to do something like this, do you need permission from the family? Or do you do it just, like, how does this work? I want to know if his daughter and his wife are okay with this. I want to know about all of that and the rest of his family, too. Because just to have an interesting story, these were real people. And they're real people who still are alive. That's why I didn't care for any of the jokes at the Tom Brady roast. It's not necessary.
I agree with you on that.
It's not necessary. That's how I feel about it. It's not necessary.
No, I from that perspective, absolutely. I think I just assumed that FX would because they did with OJ and the Menendez twins. And it looks like
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
Series. I feel like I would have heard about or we all would have heard if there was a life rights issue with that. I think it is an important story to tell because and I'm not on the spot. I'm gonna call it the wrong thing, but the head injury and brain injury issues that can come from playing football are real and they are being addressed. And I feel bad with what happened with Aaron Hernandez, that really put the whole NFL under pressure to make sure that they are actually monitoring this.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
concussion protocol got so much more intense after all of this happened, and people shouldn't have had to die to make that an important thing. So, you know, and you know, what is it? Hindsight's 2020.
Right. Yeah.
We all learned what that was that day. You know.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Janae. If it is done in poor taste, if it is does not address the issue, I think that even in the trailer, I felt like it felt human. They weren't like, it wasn't like making him into this like villainous caricature or something like that. You know?
Yeah. With stuff like this, you know, it's FX, it's Hollywood. They're always going to get their sensationalism out of it. But this is a story that has an ability to shed some light. Like, you know, we mentioned if they do discuss enough about the head injuries and how that affects some of it, but then you're also talking about there were, you know, allegations and suppositions behind his sexuality, and you're talking about that in an environment where it's very still, you know, homophobic, and you're dealing with issues with that. Other issues as far as, you know, oh, you're the athlete, but you still have to present this tough. These are things that actual athletes face. Look at Michael Vick's issue, you know, professional athlete with trying to, you know, promote some type of air of whatever, however that works out. But there are actual issues that can be discussed. There are some things that they can shed light on. And, you know, people do use fictional stories to be able to change public opinion about things. So hopefully Ryan Murphy handles it in, you know, at least some taste, some of the issues that, you know, are being highlighted, because like you said,
I don't watch his
I
show.
mean, he can, but again, also
what I think it's going to be is that he's like, it's an opportunity to tell a gay story that that they're going to probably lean on that. In my head, him as the maker of it, and not just because, but like just his body of work presents that this will be a large part of the story. It's not the only part of the story. It's something this man did from the world up until he died. But now we're going to just put it on a TV show for everybody to watch and to judge. And this man's in the ground. Like, there's just a lot of it that doesn't sit right to me. But you're right. There are things that people need to hear. There's issues that need to have light shed on them. I also question, is Ryan Murphy the best person to do that? What's his knowledge on football or Aaron Hernandez before this even happened? Yeah. Before you heard that he, you know, had men, you know, boyfriend in prison or whatever it was, would you have been interested in it otherwise? And that's where I'm kind of just like, are we doing this for a shock factor? Are we doing this to dig up something old that's done? Let these people move on. The victims' families, let them move on, or are we trying to just get a rise out of people? And that's where I don't know. Yeah. Until we see it, we won't know that. But instinctually, I'm just kind of like, we didn't need it. But that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious about the source material, if it's based upon someone's biography, as these things usually are. Where's the majority of the sourcing come from? Who did they interview? Who did they speak to? So, I am curious about that angle as well.
We'll see. I'll be keeping my eye on it, because I do want to see what this outcome is. My interest is piqued, but not for the reasons that, you know, they should be. But,
well, it's interesting you guys added all of that, because what I know about Aaron is the CTE stuff, because I have some people in my life that I know who have deal with some CTE issues, and I had never heard that abbreviation or what it was until all of that came out. So my initial reaction is on the other side of the story, but you know, I didn't think of like who's directing and other elements of it. But I think, you know,
it's complicated.
It is an absolute tragedy from top to
bottom.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tall order to take on Ryan Murphy, no matter what. I think just it's very ambitious. So we'll see how it turns out.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, let's turn to something a little bit more fun.
A little lighthearted.
So, a little lighthearted. I'm gonna just move this on to the next one. Sorry, I am obsessed with this. Let's do our WTF. There's this viral meme that's going on right now. It's on TikTok. I saw it a couple days ago, and allegedly there's this German competition where people try to cut pretzels in half.
Yes, I've seen that.
And then they weigh the two of them to see how perfectly divided it is.
Yes.
Now, I had to go to Snoop's because I saw some people saying it wasn't real. It is partially real. It is like a part of another contest, but I don't care. We need to try this.
Okay, yeah.
All right, here are the rules, and then we'll cut to it. We're gonna weigh each of our pretzels frozen. We'll do the microwave directions. We will weigh our then warm unsalted pretzels, so we don't mess with like the weight any other way. And then we will cut, and then we will weigh each half. I've got my handy purple Not Vikings notebook, and we will see who wins. The bragging rights, because I didn't have time to make like a medal. Sorry.
All right. But we love bragging rights. We love bragging rights. And we love competition. Any type of new way to introduce competition, I'm super excited about. I also think I'm going to be exceptionally good at this because I have OCD. So let's see if that OCD will help me win this competition. I am excited. Let's go. Let's cut some shit.
So we got our board. We got our knife for cutting. That's more for street style. We're going to go in the kitchen. We've got our lovely scale for measuring. We have our super pretzels for supering. Woo-woo. It's a freshie. Let's pop these open here. That's quite seductive there, I apologize. I'm trying to find one. Okay, before you guys start, I washed my hands. It's a fresh bag, and I'm the only person that lives here, so if I fondle them, I fondle them. Give a fuck. Trying to find a decent sized, relatively even pretzel, I guess. It's not pretty like those Bavarian joints. Okay, so we are going to go unsalted, right? Right. 62 grams. This is frozen. So now we're going to prepare this per instructions and get it going here. See you in 30 seconds. Alright, so now this is tough because this is not uniform. You're a little bit taller. Fuck it. It's pretty nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie. You're even there? Alright. Dancing between 30, 31. Okay, let's see. Oh! Not quite in half. Just looks like it's... The other side was 0.5. Too heavy, maybe? Oh. But close, damn it. Pretty damn close. But this is the best part anyway. Oh, real.
All right. Super pretzels. Let's see here. Gonna open them up. Gonna fire this puppy up. Gonna tar out the plate. 30 seconds on high. Let's go do it. All right, weighing it. Does it change anything? 1 gram off, 62 grams. So, all right. Oh, I committed too soon. Oh, I don't think I won. 32 grams on side 1. 32 grams on side 1. Huh. Not that bad. 30 grams. So I'm only 2 grams off. All right. Let's see how Janae and Lauren did.
The SB goes to...
Ta-da!
All right, guys. So, you know, our plans got foiled this weekend once again because it turns out that nobody goes to bars to watch the preseason.
We're all in preseason. They're in preseason.
Yeah.
Coaches are in preseason. We as a podcast are in a preseason right now. So
things are changing, moving.
Yeah.
So the plan. Let's tell viewers, listeners what it is that we're going to do in this segment. There's 2 different versions of this. Janae and Lauren are the best at finding the best bars in whatever area that they are. Right now they're in LA, so they're going to go around the city and find each of the NFL teams' pod, their fandom base in the away space.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, they're going to go to Chargers. They're going to go to Rams games. That is obvious, but they're also going to show you how no matter where you live, you can find fandom and you can find your community there and how cool it is. So this actually was inspired by a little, even the name of this podcast was inspired by this little situation that happened last season. Lauren and Janae, can you tell me about this, where you went, where you'll be taking people at some point? I know you're going to have to hit this bar, and the tasty beverage that you tried.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was, I think it's a great story, and I think that the place in question where all of this came to life is a wonderful representation of where you can go and feel comfortable and feel like you're kind of at home if you're out of place or you're away from home. That's the whole inspiration of it. It's being a fan and finding your tribe, and this place was a great introduction to that because I had not been to an NFL team bar in LA. But I have a really good friend who is a Bears fan and happened to know of a Bears bar in DTLA. So she invited me to a preseason game, and I was all but happy to go. Really, really excited to check out a new place, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. It was amazing. But Lauren, tell them a little bit about the hideout.
Well, I think it's most appropriate to tell how I found this bar. Now, I was new to LA my second year here, and I was working at a job with somebody else who was from Chicago. It actually wasn't football season, it was hockey season, and I came in wearing a Blackhawks jersey, and he said, "Hey, by the way, do you know anywhere to watch the games?" And I said, "No, but I'd love a place to hang out and, find other Chicago fans." And he introduced me to the Escondite. So it was great to be able to go to a place with a bunch of other transplants who just wanted that taste of home. We wanted Chicago style food. We wanted the hot dogs and the beef imported. We wanted our particular type of buns. So it all worked out to be able to find a place that you can call your own, that you can root for your team. And I, of course, love the vibe there. So I invite other friends and fans to watch the games there. So I invited Janae to come on in, and we just kind of were kicking around the idea of how much we love sports, how much we enjoy covering sports material, and how we really appreciate helping people find their fandom and really embracing just being sports fans, being out in stadiums, meeting new people, just enjoying that vibe. So Taste Like Prohibition was born. And to christen the idea of starting this podcast celebrating sports and fandom and all things fun and hardcore, I introduced her to Jepson's Malört. It is a drink that is purely for testing your metals, not for enjoyment at all, but it is somewhat of a Chicago tradition. So,
and do you know what
we
it?
toast
You know
it.
what it does? Do you know what it does? It tastes like Prohibition in your mouth, like you are transported back in time, and you just drank something that somebody made in their bathtub with the shit that was left around their house that could be just spoiled into alcohol. And then they put it in a bottle, and then somebody took that bottle and then they poured it in a fucking shot glass, and then they put it in front of me, and I took it, and it was ridiculous. I believe that there is some type of news about Malört.
Yeah, I don't co-sign this, but you know, Chicago just going through their cicada season, and it was a very, very loud season because the breed that breeds every 17 years and the breed that breeds every 8 years have hatched at the same time. So it's very loud, very gross right now. So some brewery decided to get the brilliant, and by brilliant, I mean, this should have been our what the fuck. They basically distilled their Malört with cicadas and actually bottled it, and people apparently consumed it, but I do believe this brewery got in trouble for such a gross offense of humanity.
We should hope so.
Yeah, I don't.
That is some like pre-FDA Chicago stockyards prohibition shit.
It
is!
Not
even that. Not even that. That's...
I
I can't say what I really want to say it is, because I don't want to offend anybody. But
that is nasty. For those of us,
it's unseasoned. I'll say that it's an unseasoned decision.
I think that some people that don't know how to use seasons, I think that it's just unhinged. I think
it's foul. It's fucking foul.
Yeah, you can't blame the people that don't season food. It's not their fault.
It's foul.
But people do eat cicadas. It's a thing. Because I remember 2 years ago when the cicadas came out, there was a warning that if you have a shrimp allergy, not to eat them.
Oh, so they're like in the same family.
I'm not trying to say like I don't, but people do. They're delicacies. I come from a background. I was eating pizza with crickets on it with Claudia. A couple like I get it.
I have also had the crickets.
People's knowledge, not without telling them, not just doing some shady shit and thinking, oh, cicadas taste like Malört. What the fuck? And how the fuck do you know that?
No,
I put it in there and didn't say anything. It didn't like.
No, I think people they knew. They were just trying to be kitschy and cute, and that's not cute.
I'm gonna rewind though. For those of us who don't know what Malört is, but may from context clues figured it out. What is Malört?
Malört is a liquor that is wormwood based. It is Swedish in origin, but made in Chicago. And so imagine a wormwoody beverage, your absinthe, like that, but worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was basically King's Cup.
No, it's comes in a bottle. It's wormwood. It's pungent. Stings the nostrils.
About it. Last question for our resident Chicagoan.
Yeah. Chicagoan, but yeah.
Chicagoan.
Yes. You gotta hit that.
I will not remember that.
Curacao.
I had to live there for like 12 years to figure out that that's what it was. But anything else like very specific to your city that you feel like is like a football tradition that people don't know about?
Great question.
The tailgates are pretty fucking epic. It's I'm trying to think of other things that aren't. I mean, we're kind of the stereotype of football fans, and that's primarily thanks to Saturday Night Live. But the super fans are essentially our fan base. You will usually see some big guy with the mustache and the beard, and he talks like this, and it is very. I can't tell you how many of my friends' dads looked like that and actually sounded like this. Like it's a very common thing, you know what I mean? And like for me, my accent usually doesn't come out unless I'm talking about the Bears or bratwursts, and that's just kind of a thing. So yeah, Bears, brats, bulls, you know. As much as we like to get angry about that stereotype, it is.
I mean, I could talk to you all day about bad stereotypes with your fan base. Everyone assaulted Santa Claus. I just need to let everybody know that.
All right, so we are going to get into all of the games that happened in preseason last week. What was exciting, what was really cool, kind of what we predicted last week, and see if it happened. I would love to start with the Dolphins game because I am having so much fun watching them. And I know that they won, which is great. I know it wasn't like a great game, which is like, all right, we'll see what happens. But any opportunity for Mike McDaniels to be mic'd up more, I mean, I'm here for it. So I really enjoyed watching that one, even though had to wait till 8 p.m. because it was blocked out. I'm telling you, it's preseason. I'm just trying not to, trying to keep it calm.
This will be the bane of my existence, man.
But I know that you and I, with this Sunday ticket, we have our thing, and we'll talk about that later. But that was a great game. I really enjoyed that one. I know that we had the SoFi Showdown that we talked about before. Lauren, how did that one shake out?
The SoFi Showdown shook out exactly the way I wanted it to shake. I was so happy for that. Coming off of the win against your beloved boys, again, my apologies. The Rams used that momentum to roll into another win for the second week. And it was great being able to see them really get comfortable in their offense, really make things happen. Defensive stops are working, so I think the Rams have a good shot this season.
They're rolling.
Just hoping they keep it up. Yeah, so the score was Rams 13, Chargers 9. Good job, Rams.
Good job.
On top for LA. So the next game we had was the Lions at the Chiefs.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even know,
we had
behind the back action. I don't, there was other stuff that happened. Of course, there was a full game. A full game of football was played in Arrowhead, and it was gorgeous. It looked like it was hot as fuck out there. I went to a preseason game at Arrowhead, and it was disgusting and wonderful all at the same time because it was just so hot and sticky, but everybody seemed to be having a good time. We're out here, we're playing football. Dan Campbell's here, Andy Reid's here, you know what? And then the behind the back pass happened, and I don't know, I'm assuming the rest of the game, I just kept, going back and watching it. I went back and watched, Travis, what was he doing? Did he really run the wrong? I went back and I'm watching Pat, how did he even see that? When did he decide? Can I see it in his face when he decided that I'm gonna just, I was just so obsessed with it. I did watch the rest of the game. I know that they lost, right? They lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even heard anything about them losing the game. All I've heard about is the pass. So for a game, I don't know. It could have been a good game, but for me, it was fucking fantastic because history was made, I think. Yeah, I don't know.
And Dan Campbell learned how to kick after last postseason.
What happened with Dan?
They kicked instead of trying to get the 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
He's aggressive.
I mean, I just figured out by the score that there was a kick, and that I'm proud of Dan. I'm guessing it was for the 2-point conversion because it's only 1 point.
Yeah, he likes to go for it. He trusts his guys. He trusts his team. I mean, play to win, right? Of course, you have to be strategic. You have to know situational football. You have to know what the odds are and who you're playing against, and what they're likely to call, what they're likely to do. But at the end of the day, you got balls or you don't got balls. All right, you going for it on 4th down. You're not going.
That's fair. I lost a lot of money on that Lions that last Lions game against San Francisco, so I'm still a little bitter that he didn't just fucking kick.
I know. It happens. It happens. I don't know. Dan Campbell is a wild card. I don't know if I would put too much money on like games that he's involved in and like decision making sometimes, because he'll throw you for a loop one way or another, I think.
I learned that
the
hard way.
Be careful.
Let's talk about this new segment. I mean, Janae, I know that when you came to me and told me about you and Lauren's idea, the big thing was fandom and community. So we are adding this really cool and special little segment here. Do you guys want to kind of explain that?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Well, you do it, Lauren. Your athlete's doing awesome things.
So the first group we want to talk about, the Snoop Football League, founded by rapper Snoop Dogg in 2005, has made significant strides in positively impacting the community through youth sports. This organization provides a structured, supportive environment for young athletes, emphasizing both football skills and personal development. By offering mentorship, education, and athletic training, the SYFL has fostered a sense of discipline and teamwork amongst its players. Many participants have gone on to achieve success at higher levels of football, including notable NFL players. Some of the alumni of the SYFL include Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver, currently a free agent. He was formerly with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. Justin Fields, who was formerly a quarterback for the Bears, now with the Steelers. Najee Harris, running back, also with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Chad Johnson, formerly Chad Ochocinco, wide receiver, who's retired, formerly with the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. So these individuals not only highlight the league's success in developing talent, but also serve as role models for future generations of athletes. The SYFL's emphasis on community, education, and athleticism continues to make a profound impact, helping to shape the lives and careers of many young people in the sport. If you want to know some more information about the SYFL, you can check out the address snoopfootball.com.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that he has been super involved in kids sports for a really long time. He's founded the Football League, which is, I feel like, is his crown jewel. I've also heard he coaches baseball and stuff too. He's really involved in it. But it's about mentorship and helping kids grow and learn how to work on a team and all of that. We can always talk about that. I feel like, I always say the two things: if you're not going to do sports, you better sing in a choir. And if you're not going to sing in choir, you better learn be in sports, because those are the two things that you learn how to work on a team and learn that give and take.
100%.
And Snoop's really out there doing God's work. It sounds like,
100%. And he's serious about it. He's serious about it, which is fantastic. But
it's not an afterthought.
No, 100%. And he's definitely somebody who believes in giving kids the opportunity to have more beyond what they've been given, and athletics opens so many doors. And, I know people personally who've, seen the world's athletics has saved their lives. So having those opportunities to really learn the teamwork, learn the mentorship, learn the discipline, that's very, very crucial. And kudos to Snoop on that one.
Kudos to Snoop for sure. I always appreciate, as a former child athlete, I know now that my parents did a lot to keep me in sports, to take me to my practices. We were paying for trainers. We were really good. So I even think the better you are, the more expensive this stuff gets. So for him to, make a league. And I'm sure that there are other resources that are available to these kids who are out here training and giving their all to a sport because they love it. And sometimes kids aren't able to do it because they live in areas where, there's not training facilities, or they don't have the money to pay for training facilities, or they don't have the money to go to the camps like everyone else if they don't get a scholarship or whatever. So there needs to be even more resources for everyone, all kids. Any kid that wants to play a sport should be able to, and be able to do it at the highest level that they can achieve. And for him to be able to put this out there for them to do, I love it. It's something I hope to do, at some point where I get to my life where I can help kids play sports, because I agree with both of you. It's an amazing character building. It's just amazing, and I don't know who I would have been, or who I would have turned out to be if I didn't play sports. So kudos to you, Snoop. Thank you so much for changing the world, in your little way. And I hope more people sign on and recognize that kids need this and, follow suit.
Yeah, stop cutting these type of things. Keep funding it, because it's helping everyone.
Please.
If anybody that's listening knows of any amazing charities, organizations, athletes that are out in the community doing things that you think need to be highlighted, we want to hear about that, because honestly, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of one of the coolest things about being a part of fandom.
Mm-hmm. It is. And sports, and just the way that it can touch so many aspects of your life. We need more of it. More of it. So, love that. I believe we need to look ahead, though. We need to look ahead for next week. We are rounding out this preseason. We are wrapping it up soon. We are staring down the barrel of the gun of the regular season starting in a couple weeks. So we've gotten to see some starters out there. I think a lot of starters played last week, which I'm excited about. I don't know if that's going to be the case this upcoming week. So our predictions, our $5 Trifecta box picks, I think we're going to reflect that a little bit. I don't expect to see too many starters. I think that we're going to see a lot of the second and the third and whoever else is really trying to cement their position on the team. That's who we're going to see out there this week. So let's get to our predictions. Lauren, let's kick it off with you. Who do you got next week?
I've got Bears at Chiefs. Same thing. Bears most likely will not have their starters out this week. Estimating that will be the same for Kansas City. But based upon what I've seen as far as Chicago's second string performance versus Kansas City's second string performance, I've got my money on Chicago to win this one. So I'm definitely giving it to the Bears this week.
The Bears.
And let's see what else we got. I've also got, we've got the MetLife Showdown. Since we had the SoFi Showdown last week, we got the MetLife Showdown this week.
East Coast version.
The Giants versus the Jets. So I am actually going to go with the Giants on this one. Yeah, I think it'll be another close one, but neither one of their teams is doing anything great right now. So it'll be an interesting one to watch.
Is he practicing? Is he doing anything? What is he doing?
And you're asking the wrong person, because I think they should have put his ass out to pasture a long time.
I haven't heard of anything though. But he looks good. He's not going to play preseason, but he's out here doing shit.
I don't even think he was taking snaps.
I haven't heard a fucking thing. That's why I'm.
All I've seen are clips of him doing handshakes and dancing on the sidelines. That's all I've seen during camp. That literally all, and they're just like, "Oh, he's ready to go this year." Are you sure?
Do they still do that?
It's him doing and then him just stretching and dancing. That's it. My last pick for the week, good. Arizona at Denver. I am actually liking the Broncos for this one. Yeah, so I think the Broncos are going to pull it off this week. not by too much. Maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pulling Broncos on this one. So, what about you, Janae? What you got?
Let's see. I've been hearing really good things about Atlanta, and I do want to watch their game. But I think I'm going to go with San Francisco at Las Vegas. There's just so much going on in San Fran. I don't know what's happening with Debo. I don't know what is happening with them signing Trent or whoever else. But I watched the game last week, and it was you know, why was Purdy in there? I don't know. But it was he was like doing okay things, but I'm pumped about the Raiders. I'm pumped about Antonio. I'm pumped about the whole team. So I don't know. I'm feeling like this energy coming. They're kind of close, we could just get in the car and drive over there. They're just like pulling. There's something, a magnet, something coming from Las Vegas, coming off of that Super Bowl, hosting the Super Bowl. They got some juice. They've got some energy. They've got, in my opinion, a really, really cool head coach. So I'm taking the Las Vegas Raiders over the San Francisco 49ers. They will be at home too, so I think that that's always great to watch a home Raiders game. All right, let's see. For a Saturday game, I believe I would love to see Cleveland and Seattle. So Deshaun Watson's not playing, but Jameson has been playing. I know that they haven't been winning with him starting, but I do believe he's an amazing person. And I do really enjoy watching his speeches before the game. I would pay this man good money to wake me up every morning with an inspirational speech. Like, whatever you have on your mind, Jameson, please just let me know, because this guy speaks and I'm just like, I'm all in. I don't even know. Like, give me the helmet. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go on the field. So I'm hoping that, as we get towards the end of the preseason and we're all gearing up, I really would love a win for him. He's such a good person. So I'm pulling for the Cleveland Browns over the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks will be at home. It's not going to be easy, but I believe in you. You got it. Get that. How's he do it? He's the one that... He's the one that eats the W. Remember? He took a lot of heat for that, but like I got where he was going.
Did.
You know where he's going with it. We just want to, we're going to eat that dub. So I hope you eat the dub, Browns. Let's get that dub next week. Closing out on Sunday, I will have to pick the New Orleans Saints over the Tennessee Titans. The Saints look good. Derek Carr looked good. Jamal Williams, who talks about Pokemon and Naruto all the time, I love him. In the press, he did a press conference the other day, and he's like, I have cats. I have to go home and see my cats. Are we, like, it was literally, he was checking, like, are we done? I have cats, and they want me to come home, like, right now, so I gotta go. Like, and he was just like, I gotta go. This guy is amazing. I love him. I'm rooting for him. But I really want the Saints to do well. Obviously, they're going to be hosting the Super Bowl this year. New Orleans will be our host for the Super Bowl this year. So I'm wishing them the best for this season. And also, as a side note, I did watch the Steve McNair thing on Netflix. That shit's wild. I didn't even know anything about that. So I don't know if you want to get into that. If anybody wants to watch it, makes me Titans, whatever. But he had an amazing rookie season, Steve McNair.
Yeah, he did. Dude, I remember seeing McNair jerseys everywhere.
McNair was out there.
Those jerseys everywhere.
Yeah, I will be taking the Saints over the Titans. But I think that it's going to be a really good game. And those are my $5 Trifecta box picks for this week. Sage, what do you got?
All right, so I'm going to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Bears versus Chiefs. Listen, Carson Wentz is made of glass, and Mahomes he's not going to play this week, I don't think. So, not going in their favor. Plus, the Bears are on fire, undefeated. Like, I'm always rooting for your underdogs, Lauren. I'm going to go with Bears. Hands down. And the handicappers are the Bears, and the handicappers are all about the Bears. They're like minus
see it.
30, I think I saw last time. Don't
Love
quote
to
me.
see it.
Oh, okay. I love these up-to-date statistics on the spread and the line. Thank you so much, Sage.
For sure. The only ones that are out because it's the preseason is Thursday's game. So we're going to move on to me just going on vibes. Dolphins versus Bucks down the street from me.
Yes!
Yeah.
I was really torn on this, and I had actually had to do some more research on kind of where everybody is. I'm going to go with our boy Mike McDaniels. Everyone knows we love him, but the reason is the Bucks have a lot of baby injuries going on that can be rehabbed really easily before the season starts, and it would be stupid. It'd be stupid to put in their starters right now in the state that they're in, especially they had a little postseason run, so hopes are really high in Tampa right now. So as weird as it sounds, I just talk about all these great things about the Bucks, but we're gonna go with the Dolphins for this game. Both teams are hot weather teams who know how to deal with 100% humidity, so it'll be a hot game, at least temperature wise. So and then we're gonna move on to Saturday, Eagles versus Vikings. There's a weird tension between these two teams since the Eagles Super Bowl run a couple years ago, because we beat the Vikings and then
that's
won
right.
So there's this weird tension when Vikings fans show up, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be even worse in the preseason because it doesn't matter and it's just gonna be fighting words. But Eagles fans show up for open practice and pack the link, and it's at the link, so it's just gonna be electric in there. I'm gonna go with the Birds. They always do really well on their home field anyway, but especially against the Vikings, I'm sorry, we are a team of grudge holders. Even the people who are new to the team are going to understand that. It's just kind of the vibe. So Bears, Dolphins, Birds, the Bears, the Birds, the Dolphins?
The Dolphins. The Dolphins.
Okay, that works for me. I love it. Thank you so much. Well, those are our $5 Trifecta Box picks for this week. We also have a NFL.com Fantasy Football League under Taste Like Prohibition if you would like to join us. You don't have to be a draft king or queen. This is a safe place for new fans and people to enjoy fantasy, join in, and play along. But not to say it won't get competitive, because knowing us, it probably will. But we're all about building this community with you. So we would love to see you on our live draft day this week on Friday, August 23rd. Time to be determined, but it'll be right here. Once we figure it out, we'll let you know. So come join us. We're going to have fun. It is going to be a wonderful season. Can't wait to get started.
Absolutely. And just so you guys know, if you've never done one before, I haven't either. So we're in the same boat. So it's truly for that.
All good fun.
It's for vibes, guys. For vibes.
We run on vibes here. Unless somebody wants to come sponsor us, we're just running on straight vibes.
Yeah, no, 100%. We're running on vibes. I need that on the shirt. Well, guys, that about does it. Just to remind you, we'll be doing a Thursday Night Football live watch on YouTube Live. So make sure you tune in next week to see all the best of our fan moments as we're out and about, meeting people, meeting you, helping you discover your fandom wherever you are. And we will do more of the best, worst, and what the fuck moments in sports. And as always, we'll follow all the twists and turns of this season's NFL preseason and what's in store for the regular season as everything kicks off next month.
Very excited. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe wherever you listen and watch podcasts. Please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and literally wherever the hell else you consume social media at Taste Like Prohibition. And we would love to shout out everyone who's watched and supported us so far. Thank you. Everyone who has helped us so far, thank you. And we just can't wait to keep bringing these episodes to you. We're really excited about it. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next week.